Now, the city of Columbus has agreed to pay a $5.75 million settlement to 32 protesters who allege their rights were violated and that some were hurt at the hands of police during last year's civil justice protests.
Chief investigative reporter Bennett Haberly joining us now with the reaction from those who won this settlement and the police union. Bennett.
Yolanda, the protesters and their attorneys say this isn't about the money, but the lawsuit settlement also comes with a permanent injunction barring Columbus police from using pepper spray, tear gas, wooden bullets, and other uses of force against non-violent protesters in the future. The protests in the city of Columbus erupted in the days after Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd. The protests over law enforcement behavior stretched over the final weekend in May. Videos like these emerged showing protesters clashing with police and being sprayed on sidewalks with chemicals. A federal judge characterized some of the police behavior as running amok and issued a preliminary injunction barring the indiscriminate use of chemical sprays and other means against nonviolent protesters. Among those hurt were Bernadette Calvi, who said she always grew up respecting law enforcement, but went to the short north on the weekend of May 30th, 2020 to support Black Lives Matter. Her attorneys shared with us this photo showing an injury she suffered after being hit in the face with a wooden bullet.
It was very scary and I couldn't imagine it at all. Everyone was just standing there and they just opened fired into the crowd, and my jaw absorbed a lot of the impact from the bullet. I couldn't eat for like the next 2 weeks.
Abuse is unacceptable, and police must be held accountable. They must be held accountable to their actions and what happened to all of us.
That second woman you heard from was Tammy Alsada, another protester who sued the city. A special master and arbitrator will divide up the money. Some of these protesters will receive more than others. Those will be private hearings that will begin in mid to late January. Tonight, we also reached out to the FOP, the police union, and Brian Steele, who said this, quote, "The city wants to pay $5.7 million after people destroyed the city. That's on them." Now, Steele went on to say that he felt the changes to police policy limited how police officers can respond and conduct crowd control measures, but he said that the police would police the community as the community expects them to.